Live from Studio B and KPRC2. Houston Life starts now.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to Houston Life on this Monday, April 11th. I'm Courtney Savala.
Hi, Courtney. Hi, everyone. I'm Derek Shore. So glad to have you with us today. You are going to love the guests on today's show, including NFL veteran Whitney Mercilus. He just announced his retirement after 10 years in the NFL, but he is not done helping Houston. The former Texan will tell us what he plans to do next.
Plus, a possum chat with celebrity veterinarian Dr. Aziza Glass on ways to keep your furry friends safe and healthy. It is National Pet Day.
Yeah, and more on her brand new TV show as well. Also, Easter decor on a budget. We are showing you 3 easy DIY ideas perfect for the season.
Do you see those Peeps in that glass?
Adorable. I love Peeps.
And from the silver screen to your TV screen, Lauren Kelly is catching up with a heartthrob. Hey, girl.
Oh, Courtney, this is going to be such a good one. Golden Globe nominee Ansel Elgort is giving us a look at his new HBO Max crime drama series, Tokyo Vice. Y'all are not going to want to miss this one. But for now, Derek and Courtney, back to you guys.
Okay.
I'm just going to sit like this and look.
Yeah, Courtney's
Swoon.
speechless now. Very nice, Lauren. Okay, well, are you going to be okay?
No, it'd be hard to do that interview.
He's a handsome man. He sure is.
Well, happy Monday, as we said, and spring is in the air. Friday was so much fun at the Nutcracker Market.
I know. How was it? We were holding down the fort here in studio, but you and Joe had all the fun out there.
Oh my gosh, it was so much fun, and I met with so many viewers, Houston Life fans, and they were like, "Where is Derek?" I said, "I know, he's coming." We were so excited to bring back the Nutcracker Market. The great thing about spring is that it's a little bit smaller, 167 vendors in the same space that you know and love for the Nutcracker Market in November. Of course, proceeds go to support the Houston Ballet Foundation. And look at this, Derek. You know I love a good countdown clock. If you didn't make it out, this weekend we have an official countdown.
What?
To the Nutcracker Market holiday.
212 days.
Listen, it's going to be here before you know it. Mark your calendars, folks. 212 days
That's
and counting.
too long to wait.
November 10th through the 13th. Do not sleep on this.
Listen, we're going to be there, and it so happens I was watching Houston Life on Friday.
You
and
were
working.
working.
I learned about a few new vendors I want to visit.
They're so good. I know. And then we'll be doing the fashion show on that Friday as well. So lots of great things, but love the music.
Hey, what was your mimosa count for Friday? Out of curiosity. Your personal.
I mean, 3.
Oh.
Morning, noon, and
Okay.
noonish.
That's not bad. I'm actually surprised at you. 3 is not bad. That's
3 is
sufficient.
kind of average, right?
Hey, so Saturday morning, I got up bright and early. We mentioned this last week on Houston Life, but the Clef Smiles 5K Run Walk. This is a family event. This happened up in the Woodlands. More than 500 participants. It was the 5th annual event. I think we have a little video from the event. It was so great seeing all the folks who turned out. And did you know 1 in 700 babies is born with a cleft lip and or palate? And oftentimes, I mean, there are multiple surgeries that will happen throughout that child's life. Maybe it's a lot of orthodontia or dental work in addition to fixing the lip and the palate. So it was just great to be part of that community and to volunteer my time. A lot of smiles, a lot of fans of Houston Life, and a lot of people who told very personal stories about having a child or a grandchild born with a cleft palate.
And we've done stories leading up to this, leading up to Saturday's event, and we've heard the personal accounts from the parents and how grateful they are to be able to have the world's best medical center in our backyard and to be able to get this treatment and have these kids get that fixed and move on, so to speak.
And with the right treatment, it becomes a non-issue. So thanks to everyone who came out for that 5K on Saturday. I'm already looking forward to next year.
Absolutely. Great weather, too, of course, this weekend.
Perfect.
A lot of people are talking about this one. We talked about it after the Oscars, of course. Chris Rock is ironically on tour, but he's set to take stage here at the Sugar Land Smart Financial Center. Tickets are going to go on sale tomorrow. This is for his show coming up November 5th. It will begin at 8 p.m. Now, Rock, of course, he's been in New York and Boston, East Coast, really, and he's been a little mum on the controversial attack inflicted upon him by Will Smith at this year's Academy Awards. He has said things like, "I know I will talk about it soon. I need time to process it."
Yeah.
The latest quote coming out of Chris Rock is saying, "I'll talk about it when I get paid."
Oh.
That's what the Today Show was reporting. So I'm sure that's coming. But again, tickets go on sale 10 a.m. April 12th, which happens to be tomorrow, if I'm looking at the clock correctly.
We should go to that show.
Oh, let's do it.
Make it a double date.
And by the way, Smart Financial, fantastic venue.
It's such a good venue, and it's a great time to go see Chris Rock, too. I love that his ticket sales are blowing up. Hey, so there is an Elsick High School alum, also U of H alum. You may have heard of, oh, there she is, Lizzo. Have you heard of Lizzo?
Familiar?
Yeah, well, she's kind of busy these
kind of a big
days.
deal.
She was on the Today Show this morning. She's talking all about her new shapewear line. It's called Yitty, which embraces body positivity. It's fantastic. She's got a new single coming out, and she is hosting NSL this weekend. She also has, did I say SNL?
Well,
What
now
did I
you
say?
did. Yeah, it's okay. SNL.
Oh.
NSL, but it's okay.
I said NSL? What happened over the weekend?
It's very exciting. Maybe you had more than 3 mimosas.
Maybe that happened. She's hosting the NFL. No, that's later. Whitney Merciless, I
is
see
here.
you.
It's like a thing. It's happening.
She's hosting SNL this weekend, and you got to check out her competition show, Lizzo's Watch Out for the Big Girls on Prime Video.
So good.
It's super cool, and it's about time. We are so proud of her, and man, she can play that flute.
She can. And here's the only thing that's not even kind of, it's great that she's double dutying on Saturday Night Live. So she's hosting and performing. Not a lot of people can do that. So congratulations to her. Hey, Lizzo, anytime you're free, come on over to Houston Life.
We've been trying to book her for a while,
It's been a
and
minute.
I know you're very busy, but you're practically in our backyard, so stop by, say hi.
Come on over.
Sharpstown.
Yeah, hang out.
We're here.
Okay, it's all good. By the way, also over the weekend, did you see the new Astros uniforms?
Yeah.
Y'all, this is so cool. They unveiled their Space City uniforms, and this is the new Astros uniforms, of course, to pay tribute to our city's contributions to space travel. The players will begin wearing this new uniform on April 20th and then be worn during home games on Monday. Very cool stuff. I mean, you could read more about this on click2houston.com, the uniforms and kind of the details. The one thing that I really liked on it, there's a patch on there that has all of our zip codes.
Oh, yeah.
You know, we're not just 713, even though like that's you know the main zip code. But if you do happen to have one of the other zip codes, it's represented on the area codes, not zip codes.
Yeah.
I'm following in line here.
I know what you meant.
Yeah, the area codes. Not all the zip codes are going to fit on a patch.
The font
Area
is super
codes.
cool. I love that it's the perfect nod to NASA. And if you did get yours over the weekend, please post your photos on our Houston Life Facebook page, because we always love seeing photos of our viewers.
And we know a lot of you did, because the line at the team store was quite long this weekend.
I know, it's a hot ticket. Well, another big sporting event happening, Houston SaberCats rugby team, they were back home over the weekend. And you know, the tradition, Courtney, is for the jerseys to be handed out to the players the day before the game. And our KPRC Channel 2 general manager, Jerry Martin, had the honor of handing them out. There he is in the gray suit, getting a round of applause there. SaberCats versus the Dallas Jackals. The SaberCats won 31-6. And up next, Los Angeles. That game is happening on Saturday. Pretty cool for Jerry to get out there and hand out those jerseys.
Absolutely. Very cool tradition for sure. Okay, do you play the lottery? Do you do a little scratch off time to time?
I thought I told you that the lottery kind of confuses me. I need help every time I buy a ticket. I do.
What does it confuse you?
I grew up in Utah. We didn't have a lottery.
But
and
you
so
either-
buying a ticket, you either pick your numbers or you let the machine generate your numbers,
What's
right?
the problem? You get 2 choices. Well, here's the other thing. This is actually, I think it's a scratch off for this woman. This California woman, she accidentally won $10 million after pressing the wrong button
Accidentally.
on the vending machine. Like, you know, there's lottery tickets in a machine that you can say, like, here's my $20 and I'm gonna. A stranger bumped into the woman and she, you know, pressed the button on the thing. She put $40 into the machine. And in shock, she realized
And the machine
that
spit out $10 million.
Yeah, the machine spit out all of the winning ticket on one of those accidental
kidding.
buttons that she pushed on 10 mil.
That's pretty lucky.
You got to play to win. What's confusing about the lottery?
This is a live show, and we have time constraints, Courtney. So I'm going to have to fill you in during
Lauren,
commercial
help me.
break. Lauren Kelly's here with our question of the day. Am I not alone? I could find it a bit confusing.
Oh, Derek.
Maybe because you don't know which numbers to pick.
There's
Maybe that's
60
more of the challenge.
numbers, Courtney. Maybe we need to walk them through it. 1, 2, 3.
Whatever.
Well, we want to hear from you guys, from meeting a significant other to landing a dream job. What's your luckiest accident? And we've already got some great great comments coming in so far. Let's start with Rick. He writes in, I met the love of my life at a pizza joint in Erlangen, Germany in 1969 and have been married to her for over 52 years. My Fräulein. That's so sweet. Happy accident. Jessica writes in, got married on a Thursday and had our first kid delivered by emergency C-section on a Thursday. So then, of course, I asked to schedule my other C-section for a Thursday as well. So Jessica has good luck with Thursdays. I like it. Okay, I like that. Linda writes in, was in New York City with my guy getting my hair done at Kenneth's Salon, and Jackie Kennedy sat down next to me and pulled her hairpiece off.
Wow.
Oh, man, what I wouldn't give to see the cell phone photos of that,
I
right?
think it was probably before cell phone.
I think she's saying, like, if there was.
I see.
That would never have happened. All right, you guys head over to the Houston Life Facebook page. Join the conversation. We will share more of your comments a little bit later on. Courtney and Derek, back to you. 1, 2, 3, 60.
Okay, the Jackie Kennedy thing, though, that is super cool. And by the way,
He's changing the subject.
she went to a public salon and took off her hairpiece there. That's remarkable. I would have assumed that happened behind the scenes, behind closed doors.
What a great story. All right, Lauren, we'll see you in a bit. Thanks so much.
Thanks.
Still to come, it is National Pet Day, and veterinarian Aziza Glass joins us with an inside look at her new kids show, plus tips on protecting our pups during mosquito season.
Okay, very important. Also, we are so excited about this. NFL veteran Whitney Merciless is in the house for our H-Town sit-down to chat about his decision to retire and what is coming next for the former Texan. Houston Life will be right back. Welcome back to Houston Life. It is time now for our H-Town sit-down.
Let's meet today's guest.
NFL veteran Whitney Merciless. Look around any Texans game over the last decade, and you will see number 59. Whitney is a fan favorite and a favorite here at KPRC2, and he just announced his retirement from the NFL. So what is he considering doing now that he's retiring? Let's bring him out for our H-Town sit-down to find out.
Whitney Merciless, come on out.
Hey guys,
good to see you. Welcome back.
Oh, thank you for having me.
So good to see you. You know, one of our OG guests on Houston Life, Whitney, you came on the show a handful of times, especially that first season when we were back in the mall. So it's great to see you and catch up.
Yeah.
We were stunned by the news. A lot of people say it's kind of a bittersweet moment. How are you feeling?
I feel great about it, honestly. So just to go through the whole process, talk to family, a lot of my peers, talked to some colleagues as well too. And I took some time for myself intentionally and just sat down and asked a few questions to say, am I going to be happy with this decision? Am I going to be bored? And have I done everything that I could? I said, yes to 2 and no to the one where I would be bored. I've got my hands in a lot of things, so now I'm looking forward to the next chapter.
Well, it's wonderful when we read your letter, and of course you thank the McNairs and the Texans, and of course you went on, of course, to Green Bay. But Houston has such a special place for you and your family, and that's what I love about athletes like yourself that come here and really kind of ingrain yourself into the community. You embraced this city just as much as the city embraced you.
Most definitely. The first time when I got here to the city, they embraced me with open arms. The fans did. And over time, I feel like I reached out to so many people's hearts over that time, and they did as well for me, especially being out there on game day for about 9.5 years with the Texans. And I've met so many great, awesome people. And the Southern hospitality is such a true thing, honestly. And it's just something where, it's just different from what I got from Akron, Ohio, where I grew up at. And I was like, I'm just going to be a lifer over here. And sure enough, about 10 years later, it's going to happen.
Wow. Well, and so many incredible moments, Whitney, on the field. I'm sure it's probably tough as you sit back and reflect on your career. Not only great moments on the field, but your involvement in the community. This community is your home now. This community really loves you. When you think about the highlights, what really rises to the top?
Yeah, as far as highlights, I mean, it's just, especially through the foundation, being entrenched into the community and touching so many families working with children with disabilities. The With Mercy Foundation has really impacted so many and educated so many across the board. We still have a lot more work to do. We rotate our focus each year, focusing on bipolar disorder this year. That's affected me heavily because I had a friend who passed away just recently because of that. And, you know, I wanted to, you know, go into action on that side. So I think that's one of the top highlights besides playing and just being able to be out in the culinary scene as well, too, as you see me cooking with Wit on Wednesdays as well.
Well, that was going to be my next question because it's sort of like, you know, the world is your oyster. There's so many things. I mean, are we going to keep seeing you in the kitchen?
You know what? You are going to see me more in the kitchen now. I like it. It's a hobby. Something I picked up from my mother, just watching her cook in the kitchen, and it's here to stay. It's here to stay.
Well, you look very comfortable in the kitchen there, Whitney, for sure. And I want to go back on your foundation just a little bit. So the With Mercy Foundation, we're talking about autism, Down syndrome. There are a number of things that young people deal with, and you have helped these families truly change their lives with your organization. Hearing loss, aphasia, apraxia. I mean, the list goes on and on.
Yeah. So with that, it's just there's so many things that I wanted to touch on, especially coming up with the With Mercy Foundation in about 2016, and you know, it's just so much to entrench it, like to package it all together. So we just had to, you know, essentially break down the elephant a little bit, go year by year, different focus by different focus. And it's for us, we partner up with a lot of organizations who are already doing the work itself. Now, there's a lot of families that don't know where to go get these resources itself. So that's where we kind of bridge that gap in helping educate so many other families who don't know where to go. If they follow the page on withmercy.org, our Instagram, so different social media outlets as well too. And what we do, we donate money towards these organizations so these families can enjoy the services that they provide, be able to pay bills, things like that. So it's really been awesome.
It's incredible.
It really is. And for you to bring that platform to the surface too, for so many of these people that don't have a voice, either if it's bipolar or whatever the challenges that these families are facing as well. Okay, so, you know, football season's going to be here before you know it. Have you thought about, what do I do? Am I analyzing? Am I not watching? Am I going to be in denial? What do you do? I mean, that's been your world for so long, Whitney.
This is true. This is true. You know, I was a late bloomer coming.
Yeah, because you didn't play until high school, right?
Yep. So most guys were there at 2-3 years old playing. I didn't play until I was about 14, 15 years old. And I'll tell you, during that time, I was terrible. I sucked. So by the time I got my first scholarship, then I was on to go to the University of Illinois. And I didn't think football was really going to be my thing at all until I became #1 in the nation for sacks and all this. And then it was like, all right, well, we'll try out the NFL. I didn't think I was going to be here for 10 years later, and now I'm here. It's been an awesome ride. And I don't think I'm just going to shy away from when training camp happens or anything like that, because my family loves to watch football as well too.
Yeah.
And it's not good to shy away from that. But other than that, I mean, I'll have a lot of things going on with the foundation, other things that I like to do in business as well too. I've been in the scene a little bit, and I'm planning on going back to school. Getting my MBA. So there's a lot of things to look forward to.
Everything you touch turns to gold.
Yep.
Hey, before we let you go, let's talk about the event. You have an event coming up with another one of our favorites, Centerpiece. Tell us about that.
Yes. It's what is it? The most dopest dodgeball tournament where there's going to be a whole bunch of celebrities there going at each other's necks. So Centerpiece, Justin Reed, myself. Oh my gosh, we have a WNBA superstar with us as well too, which I'm forgetting her name. Sorry. But it is going to be awesome. It's going to be next week, which is on April, I want to say the 22nd, and my manager will kill me later. But it's going to be amazing. This is for the entire city of Houston to come out, buy tickets. You can go on to withmercy.org to purchase tickets that way. Also go through our IG as well too, and be a part of the fun, honestly.
It sounds great.
Yeah.
Love a good dodgeball game. That's your favorite sport, right, Courtney?
It really is. It really is. I'm short. I'm good at it. No, I'm just kidding. I'm terrible. But Whitney, it's great to catch up with you. Congratulations on the retirement.
Thank you.
And can't wait to see what's next. And you come back and say hi anytime.
Oh, we'll do. Thank you.
Hopefully this means we'll see you more often from now on.
Oh, look, there's going to be a lot of time on my hands, so I'm just going to be bugging everybody. Already, there's one person in particular who is not looking forward to it. She'll actually sell me for about $5. You want to take me?
Okay. Sold. Sold right here on Houston Life. Whitney, it's great to see you. Congrats again. All right, still to come on Houston Life. 6 more days until Easter. Are you ready, though? We have got you covered with some DIY decor. So cute, Courtney. Your friends and family won't believe you made it.
Adorable. And a Houston man lost his mom to cancer. Up next, how he started a business with the state-of-the-art technology to really help other families. Houston Life will be right back. Well, welcome back. After losing his mother to cancer, the founder of Advanced Body Scan has been on a mission to help others. Joe Sam visited his Bel Air facility to learn more about the state-of-the-art technology that's helping save lives.
There are so many different ways to focus on your health, but one way to do so is coming to Advanced Body Scan to make sure that your health is at its best. And we're talking to founder and CEO right now of Advanced Body Scan, Steve Mahler, to get more information about it. So we've had you on before, Steve, but we haven't learned why did you create Advanced Body Scan?
So my mother tragically died from a cancer diagnosis, a late stage cancer diagnosis. And unfortunately, the treatment was worse than the cancer, and she suffered for a long time, years before she actually passed. And you know, the struggle that we all went through in that process, I just felt like there had to be a better way. You know, in our research, I realized that these are long-term progressive diseases. They don't just happen overnight. And so I felt like the technology was out there to be able to assess and find these diseases at an earlier stage. And of course, everyone in the medical community will tell you early detection saves lives and better outcomes.
And you just mentioned heart disease, which we all know is one of the deadliest silent killers. But your technology can detect this. How does it go about doing that?
Great question. And as I said, you know, most of, like heart disease buildup is in the vessels around your heart. There's other things that can cause heart attacks, but the number one killer is, you know, blockage. And so we can see that at early stages and in time to get it to our fabulous healthcare providers that they can do something about it and hopefully stem that and change directions.
Now, this is going to be incredible because we already know, according to the CDC, 1.6 million people die from heart disease, stroke, and cancer. Not only does your technology can detect that heart disease, but it can also do that of cancer, right?
Yes, you know, the technology is able to see solid cancer tumors, and we find tumors on a daily basis. And fortunately, we find them at early stages, and a lot of them aren't always cancer. But the key here is if you get the scan and you get some treatment, you know, you have the peace of mind of knowing what's really going on inside your body. And it's such an easy process. There's no reason not to do it.
Well, I'm glad you mentioned the easy process because I know a lot of people out there want to know exactly how does this process work? How can they go about getting scanned for any type of these diseases?
It's easy to get scheduled. It's easy to come in. We're going to spend about 50 minutes with you doing a health consultation, and then we'll do the scan itself. It takes 3 to 4 minutes.
Oh, wow.
You know, you lay down on the table. It's got a big donut, so it's not claustrophobic. There's no needles, there's no dyes. You dress just like you are. You go in and out of the machine a few times. You go in feet first. So if you have any claustrophobia, I assure you, you'll be able to do this scan.
Perfect. And I know that you guys are offering a really great promo for people to take advantage of this right now.
Yes, we are. We're going to do a heart and lung scan for the first 50 callers today. And they can give us a call at our office, 346-955-SCAN. That's 346-955-7226. So 2 people, $199, a heart and lung scan, and that includes a radiology report if needed.
Steve Mahler, thanks so much for all of that amazing information that can really help save your life. So if you are focusing on your health this year or throughout any of the years, make sure that you come and give Advanced Body Scan a call or visit them online at advancedbodyscan.com.
Again, if you would like to learn more about their special couples offer, visit advancedbodyscan.com. We're going to have a link to that information on our website, houstonlife.tv.
All right, still ahead on Houston Life, easy peasy Easter decorations you can do with the kids. They're colorful and stunning for your table.
Oh, I love those Peeps, right? And next, veterinarian Dr. Aziza Glass is here, and Pickles making a television debut. Find out how she went from Houston house calls to national fame, plus her tips on getting our pets ready for the warmer months. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Houston Live. Courtney and Derek back with you on this Monday at 3:30.
Yeah, let's get to more of your responses to our question of the day. Earlier we asked, what is your luckiest accident? Well, Rose writes in, after 8 years trying for another kid and no luck, cleared out the attic of all the baby stuff. 2 months later, I'm pregnant.
Oh, I love it. What a great
Surprise.
story. Karen writes in, I went to Finger Furniture with my dad to look for a kitchen table, told the first salesman we were just looking. I've been married to the second salesman for 38 years.
Ooh.
It pays to wait for the right one. Congratulations.
Sure does,
I love
Karen.
that.
What happened to that first salesman? I'm just very curious.
He was a guest at the
If you
wedding.
could write to me an update, I'd be very appreciative. Shane writes in, meeting my forever kitten through PetSmart was just about the luckiest thing ever. I adopted him, and we lived happily ever after.
Oh, that's so sweet on this
Pretty
National
kitty.
Pet Day.
Pretty eyes, too.
I know. Any accidents?
Lucky accidents?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I think back in my life, relationships, near misses, jobs. I don't know. My entire life is an accident, but somehow I'm still here. How about you?
Stop it.
How about you?
I don't know. I need more time to think about it.
Daytona?
Probably.
Daytona Beach. That was a happy accident.
Listen, never mind. Let's check in with Keith, Christine, and Frank for a look at what they have coming up in the news at 4.
I love that we're always talking about like this trip to Daytona. When it's coming to us, we're like, oh, do tell more.
I know. I know. Listen, it's a sad day down memory lane when we've got to bring this up.
Is it though?
That's an accident
Is
we want.
it?
That's an accident we want to happen again. Yeah, Derek, I'm with you. My life is an accident waiting to happen. So I have I have too many examples, I guess, and can't think of one right now.
I know. Yeah, I know.
It's okay. You can get back to us on
Daytona was a life lesson.
One that apparently we could all learn from, huh? Only if we knew the details.
Do not do as I do.
Do as I say, not as I do.
Right.
We're going to write that one down.
We
I'm
can't
not
wait
good
to sit
with
down.
soaps.
Cannot wait to sit down and have a good conversation about Daytona. My goodness, the
You know,
details.
it's always a good story when Courtney begins with, listen, never mind.
Because then I had a second to think about what I was going to say. Not
And
good.
then she's like, no.
Not good.
A lot of buildup, no delivery.
Yeah, it's not going to end well.
Listen, we're here every day at 4 o'clock, so you know what? There's time.
Yep.
There
We can
is.
delve into that.
But when in doubt, leave it out.
Thank you, Franklin.
Yeah, man. Well, can we leave these clouds out? My goodness, it's been cloudy all day long.
It's going to start a really bumpy. We have a bumpy start to the week, but then it improves as we head toward the Easter weekend. So that's good news, right?
True, very true.
Here's some other good news. Look at this. Our latest freeze on record is actually April 10th, 1973, when we dropped to 31. It's now April 11th, so go plant your petunias.
Hey.
Absolutely. It would be very rare to get a freeze these days. Look at these numbers. 85 in Lake Jackson, 84 in Sugar Land, 80 degrees up in Conroe, lots of upper 70s and low 80s. What I think everybody's been talking about is the wind. It's still out there. It's not nearly as bad as it was yesterday. 16, 17, 22 mile an hour winds in Palacios. Still some gusts down there at 31, 24 in Liberty, 23 in Katy. So it's breezy. You'll notice to our north already, that's a tornado watch box. Not looking for this. That's for this little area right here. That's going to continue to move through Arkansas, so not an issue for us. What we will watch is as high pressure continues to move away, that's going to allow a system to start entering the state tomorrow. So that's a dry line. That's where the dry air meets all this moist air. It means that some showers and thunderstorms are going to break out tomorrow afternoon. They're going to continue through the evening hours, and then we could get even more as we go into Tuesday evening. So Tuesday's a severe weather day. The potential is there. We'll talk more about it at 4 o'clock. And then Wednesday, another cool front comes through with at least some chance of rain and maybe a little bit of a thunderstorm here and there. Thursday, we get back to sunshine. We'll talk about how long that lasts at 4 o'clock.
Okay, we'll see you in just a bit, Frank. We want to give you a look at some of the other stories that we're working on this afternoon. Breaking news involving 3 staffers from Judge Lena Hidalgo's office. Those staffers have been charged in connection with an $11 million controversial COVID vaccine outreach contract. We've got team coverage, including what these latest charges mean for this case.
Plus, President Joe Biden taking aim at ghost guns, those privately made firearms without serial numbers that are increasingly popping up in violent crimes, including right here in Houston. We're going to be taking a look at those new rule changes.
And frightening moments for a ride operator at a Florida county fair, how he ended up getting trapped between 2 different parts of the ride and what it took to rescue him. You're going to want to see this in more of this incredible video coming up at 4 o'clock. It's amazing that he survived.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, that is really tough to look at. I'm glad to know he's okay, though.
Yeah.
My goodness.
All right, guys, thanks so much. We'll see you at the top of the hour.
Yeah, see you at 4 o'clock. Turning now to National Pet Day. That day is today, and our next guest has expert tips to help keep your furry friends' heart healthy.
She's a veterinarian, TV star, and a mom, Dr. Aziza Glass. Welcome back to the show. Great to meet you.
Having me. I'm so glad to be here in studio with y'all. So.
It's great to see you. And we should point out little Pickles here. This is our producer Olivia's dog. Tex couldn't make it today, but Pickles is accompanying you because we're going to talk about keeping our pets safe today.
Yes, absolutely. Pickles is 15, which, I mean, he looks amazing. Look at that. Look at that profile. All of that.
Gosh.
Got a lot of spunk still. Absolutely.
Exactly. And it's important to have your dogs healthy and to prevent them from ever even getting heartworm disease so they can live long, healthy lives like Pickles.
Absolutely. And of course, today, this is National Pet Day, but April is also National Heartworm Awareness Month. And
Yes.
this is a good platform for you today because this is something that's very easily preventable.
Absolutely, absolutely. So heartworms are literally what it says. It's worms that like to live in the heart. And just like in this model here, these worms grow up into these long, disgusting looking things, and they clog up the heart, the lungs, the big major vessels, and they can cause death. You can even see the small little baby worms swimming around in the blood, in just one drop of blood.
Wow, and heartworms are a big deal, doctor, because this is something we hear a lot about shelter dogs, and people may be hesitant to adopt a heartworm positive dog. The important news here, it is totally treatable, and an animal can recover fully from this.
Absolutely, absolutely, especially if it is identified very early and is also treated early. But once it starts to really progress into really heart disease and even heart failure, that's where it can lead to death. And it's really is a shame because, like you said, it is preventable.
What are some of the symptoms? Would our dogs show any symptoms?
Absolutely. So a lot of things that you would see associated with heart disease and heart failure, like exercise intolerance, panting a lot, maybe having a pot belly appearance, being very lethargic, coughing because the heart gets bigger because of all the worms that live in the heart. It's having to work a lot harder, and all those things just like you would have associated with typical heart disease.
And what are some of the treatment options if your dog or a dog you're considering adopting is heartworm positive?
So there are quite a bit, but the gold standard, which is what every veterinarian is going to recommend, is a very specific protocol that is actually recommended by the American Heartworm Society. And if you want to learn more about it, I don't want to get into in particulars because it talks about drugs and medications and all of that, but it is a very systematic step-by-step process, and your veterinarian will be happy to guide you along the way.
It's great information for sure. Okay, let's talk a little bit about you. Born and raised in Houston, you went to Prairie View A&M, and then Cornell University.
I did.
For your veterinarian degree, and then all of a sudden TV comes knocking.
I know. And you missed one.
Uh-oh.
I am also a proud alum of the multi-Grammy Award-winning High School for Performing Visual Arts.
Oh, wow.
So,
oh, my gosh. Fantastic.
Yeah, so I think that because of my experience being on stage, it was easy for me to kind of transition into being in front of the camera. I mean, it's a different type of audience.
And we're seeing clips right now from Disney XD's Roman to the Rescue.
Yes.
Let's talk about the show. Kids go crazy over it.
Yeah, so the show is about this wonderful kid, Roman McCann, who's 10 years old. He actually started rescuing dogs when he was 3, and since then he's rescued over 4,000 dogs. But in the show, every episode is about one particular dog and how we're on this journey of discovering the pet's personality and finding him or her their forever home. And I'm Dr. Aziz on the show. I'm the only adult on the show. I'm surrounded by a lot of youthful energy. I felt some type of way because he didn't know what a millennial was.
So teaching moment.
Exactly. But it really is a heartfelt story. These are real kids, real animals, real families, and you're going to laugh, you're going to, get very teary-eyed, and you see, just this whole scope of emotions through each episode.
And it really is great because so many people can take this message home. We do have a large homeless pet population here, so more that we can get out and rescue and foster, the better off we're going to be.
Yeah, like someone said, adopt, don't shop.
It's so true. All right, Dr. Aziza Glass, thanks so much for stopping by Houston Life.
Thank you. Thank you for giving me this platform. I really appreciate it.
And congrats on your work in the community and the Disney show as well. Pickles, thank you, sir. Look how well behaved.
Look, he's a professional.
Great job.
We will have a link, by the way, to connect with Dr. Aziza Glass on our website, HoustonLife.tv.
And ahead, 3 easy do-it-yourself crafts to brighten up your family's Easter table.
Yeah, and Lauren Kelly is standing by. Lauren, what do you have coming up?
Well, I am sure you guys remember Miami Vice. Well, now there's a new version. I am chatting with Golden Globe nominee Ansel Elgort all about his new crime drama series, Tokyo Vice, when Houston Life returns. Welcome back to Houston Life. Now, you may remember Miami Vice from the 80s, and now from the same director comes Tokyo Vice on HBO Max. It's a new crime drama series loosely based on the story of an American journalist in Tokyo in the 90s. The series stars Golden Globe nominee Ansel Elgort as the journalist and Academy Award nominee Ken Watanabe as a police detective. Take a look.
この街の本当の姿を 裏の仕組みを知りたいんです。
And let me guess, this is how you recruit a cop.
Ansel, let's just jump right in. You play Jake Adelstein, an American reporter who really was hired at the biggest newspaper in Japan. Why don't you give our viewers here at Houston Life a baseline of the series?
Yeah, so this series takes place in 90s Tokyo, Japan. And I play an investigative journalist who is investigating into the world of the Yakuza, which is like the Japanese mob. And the legendary Japanese actor Ken Watanabe plays a detective. And the legendary director Michael Mann, who is known from Miami Vice, is now spicing things up and directing Tokyo Vice.
Ansel, I'm in awe watching you nail speaking in Japanese, writing in Japanese. How did you do that? How long did you study the language for? Did you have a dialect coach? I mean, you do such a great job. I'm like watching this thinking, oh my gosh, how did he do this?
ありがとうございました。いえ、まだもっと勉強したいです。でも、yeah, I want to study more. I studied every day, 毎日4時間. I studied every day for 4 hours. You know, I was living in Japan, so I got to, you know, immerse myself in the culture. Working with Michael Mann was great because preparing the role, he wanted me to be able to feel like everything that I did as a character on screen, I was able to do in real life. So that way I felt authentic and comfortable. In our show, you see behind the curtain of the Yakuza, and behind the curtain and what's going on in the police department in Tokyo, and also at the newspaper. And of course, you know, it's a TV show, so we have 8 episodes, and you slowly get to scratch the surface and see behind that curtain, and it feels very authentic and very real, and gives the viewers a view of Tokyo that I don't think they've ever seen before on screen.
Well, you know, Ansel, now you have the best party trick of all of your friends, right? You can just bust out Japanese at any given time. You can probably sing karaoke in it. I'm calling you the next time I need help with that. But you guys do a terrific job. I think Tokyo Vice is going to be a huge hit. HBO Max. I can't wait for our Houston Life viewers to catch it all. You guys are wonderful, and thank you for your time.
Thank you so much. Much love to Houston. Thank you, Lauren.
He said your name!
Tokyo Vice is now streaming its first 3 episodes on HBO Max, with a new one coming this Thursday. And for more of my interview with Ansel, log on to HoustonLife.tv. Here's the thing, you guys. We were talking about his Japanese. I don't know if you caught it on camera, but during COVID, during the pandemic, when they had to pause production, he stayed in Tokyo and really just dove into the city, learned the language. He can write it, he can speak it. It's really fascinating to hear him speak it. I mean, I don't know what he was saying. He could have been saying who knows what to me, but I was like, okay, you're so charming. It doesn't matter what you're saying.
It's super cool that he took the chance to just jump right in.
Absolutely. He's a great actor. The show is phenomenal.
Fantastic. Great interview, Lauren. Thanks
you,
so
guys.
much. I almost felt like we were at a sleepover.
Your name!
Can we get a napkin to maybe clean up the drool over here? All right, coming up on Houston Life, how about little Easter magic? If you're hosting Easter at your place, we've got easy DIY centerpieces, all done in under 10 minutes.
And we'll be right back with more Houston Life.
Well, Easter week is here, and if you're looking to step up your decor game without spending a lot, crafting is the way to go. From centerpieces to a cute garland, festive DIYer Ashton Sedita has 3 easy DIY ideas that look great and don't cost a lot.
We are going to make an Easter Peeps centerpiece. You're going to start by wanting 2 different size vases, a larger one and a smaller one, and you can buy these at your local craft store. Slide your smaller one inside the larger one, and making sure that you have enough gap, you can slide these Peeps right in between the 2. The vase inside is also going to serve as a vase for the floral stems that we're going to add. Now I'm telling you right now, this is going to be the talk of the table. Look how cute it is. So at this point, you'll add your stems. I'm choosing to use tulips. Tulips just scream spring to me. They just bring me so much joy. They came in a bundle, and I just used some wire cutters, cut them individually, stick them in, and look how cute this turned out. We're gonna make another cute Easter centerpiece idea, this time with a mason jar. You can use anything you might even have laying around the house. I found a mason jar at my local craft store. You're going to put a paper towel holder right in the middle, just like you did with the previous vase, and then you're going to put jelly beans all around it. It'll look like this. Once the jelly beans are all around it, you're gonna take your floral stems. Again, I'm choosing tulips because I love tulips. Cut them individually. I just think that looks better. Again, I bought these at the floral store. Slide it inside your interior vase, aka your paper towel holder. Look how cute she looks. Now, because I'm the extra person that I am, you can use ribbon, you can use whatever your heart desires. I'll use some lace. I love lace. I would find an excuse to use lace. Tie it around your jar, and look how cute she is. Now for the third DIY, you're gonna make a book page Easter bunny garland, and I guarantee you have a list of these items laying around your house. First off, you're gonna need a silhouette of a bunny. I just went to Google, found what I liked, printed it out, cut it out. You can even use a cookie cutter. An old book, you can find one at a thrift store, rip out some pages, use the same silhouette, trace it on your book page, cut it out. Once you have it cut out, you will add 2 holes to the top of your bunny's ears, right here, and then your bunny needs a cute little tail. So you're gonna add a little dab of hot glue at the bottom of your bunny, a cotton ball. Look how cute your little bunny is. And then you're just gonna string them on your twine here. And honestly, all these items can be found at your craft store, local thrift store, anywhere. And then you can hang this bunny garland wherever you like. I'm gonna hang mine on my mantle, but this would be cute on an entryway table, anywhere. I love it. Keep on crafting. I will see y'all next time.
They're so clever. Courtney, you can't eat the Peeps, though. You could eat them.
Okay.
But they're meant for the centerpiece.
I know. No one will notice if I just take one.
Yeah, 1 and then 2, and then they're all gone. If you would like the complete list of instructions for these crafts, just visit our website, HoustonLife.tv. So simple, and it doesn't cost a lot. I love it.
And so adorable as well. After the break, a look at what's coming up on tomorrow's show, including a special chat with 2 famous sisters with ties to Texas.
And let's check in with Nichelle Turner for a look at what's coming up on Entertainment Tonight. Hey, Nichelle.
Derek and Courtney, tune into ET tonight for the latest on J-Lo and Ben's engagement, round 2. Details on that and that green ring, and also how they celebrated house hunting. Plus, our CMT Music Awards preview. How is Kelsey Ballerini co-hosting from her home? That's tonight at 6:30 right here on KPRC2. But don't go anywhere. Houston Life will be right back.
Coming up tomorrow on Houston Life, it is opening day for the Sugarland Space Cowboys, who are getting a look at what is new and fun for your entire family.
And ahead of their trip to Houston, I'm chatting with the Bush sisters, how they're keeping their grandmother's literacy legacy alive, and their new book, The Superpower Sisterhood. It'll be great to catch up with them. The last time I chatted with both of them was right after Harvey, 2017, so it will be great to catch up with them.
And of course, after Harvey, Barbara and Jenna Bush Hager, they were here with relief efforts, essentially helping to clean up. So it'll be great to catch up with them. All right, so during today's show, you may have heard a little, I don't know, what is that sound I hear? The sound of children's laughter.
It's all great.
I know. We've had some special guests in studio. They've been hanging out watching the show.
Hey,
There's
guys.
Liam, Felicia, Jasper, Atlas, and Brandon. They've been hanging out watching the show. And, you know, they don't know anything about live TV. I don't think, you know.
They're living their best lives.
They're living their best lives. Hey, Jasper, can you wave?
Jasper, can you wave?
Yeah, okay.
They're
Well,
so sweet. We loved having them here today. So fun.
We have loved having them. And you know, it's always great having visitors in town in Houston because they haven't spent much time here in Houston, and there's such a long list of things to do. We were out at Herman Park yesterday. We went down to Discovery Green. You just gave me some great recommendations, and it's been so fun to explore. So any viewers, if you have recommendations for kid-friendly spots, let us know.
And I do know this morning they were at the Butterfly Museum and looking at the dinosaurs, so they had a lovely time today.
They did have a lovely time, and we've been happy to have them visiting us here in Houston. So
sweet.
Yeah, thanks so much for joining us today on Houston Life. It's a great Monday, right?
It always is a great Monday, and great to see you, and we'll do it all again tomorrow for Tuesday edition of Houston Life.
For a Tuesday edition of Houston Life with Derek in Daytona. But for now, that does it for us. We're going to send it on over to Keith and Christine in Studio A.